All in Sports Network. We love sports.
It is Tuesday, September 16th, right here on your daily fix for all things Texas Longhorns. I'm Tanner Carlson. That is Jake Jimerson, and this is All In Horns presented to you by Rogue Sports Network. Jake, we've got a new AP poll out. Texas drops a spot there. We'll touch on it briefly. But today's episode is going to be cool-headed thoughts and maybe some hopes, maybe some prayers that this offense is going to figure it out because maybe hitting the panic button prematurely or maybe hitting it right on time. We don't necessarily know that quite yet. But both of us, Jake and I, have both agreed that the panic button is out and it is on the desk in front of us. Jake has already hit it for the offense, not for the team. I'm about to hit it for the entire team, and that would mean a 6-6, maybe even worse. Where we said the floor for this team was 7-5. We may be at a point to where we might experience lower than what our floor was set, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot of losable games on the schedule if your offense isn't going to be able to score, 20 plus points a game. And right now, I don't have much belief in that against any good defenses. There's some bad defenses they'll play against that hopefully by the time we get to those teams, they'll be able to score some points against. But I don't feel confident they're going to score very many points against Florida. That game is very much going to be in the air. If DJ Lagway just doesn't throw the ball to the other team more often than his team, they probably beat LSU. Yeah. He pretty much single-handedly lost them that game, throwing 5 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6, and they still only lost 20-10, not covering, by the way, thanks to DJ Lagway, so not happy with him. And then you look at Oklahoma. I think our offense looks worse than Michigan's right now, and Michigan's offense doesn't look good. And so I have a hard time seeing us score more than 10 points against OU, if not less, just with how they're playing right now. So, yeah, I panicked on the offense, which makes me panicked about the team because, yeah, this defense is really good. Yeah, they can probably win you some games. I don't think if your offense is just playing horrible and can't move the ball, they're going to win you 10 games or even 9 games. Or even 8 games, if the offense is playing this bad. So all eyes are on this offense right now. The eyes of Texas, if you will, are on this offense. They're on Arch Manning specifically because you can say what you want about the offensive line and the run blocking not being good enough, and it hasn't been, and all of this, that, and the other. If the quarterback play is better, they have 40 to 50 points plus in these last 2 games easily. If the quarterback play was just competent. And they win the Ohio State game if their quarterback play is competent. So you're sitting there right now thinking that your quarterback play, which is something you never expected going into the year, has probably caused you not to score total between 3 games, 40, 50 points total, not added. He's just, you talk about expected points added as analytic people use a lot. He is minus a lot on that right now for the Texas Longhorns.
And before the UTEP game, there was an insane stat that was floating around. I think CJ Vogel for Inside or on Texas Football ended up kind of bringing this to the surface, if you will. I think Arch Manning was got Giants on the brain. Arch Manning is 139th in play action passes in terms of play action efficiency. He's number 2 in traditional dropbacks. I would imagine that number 2 has dropped since then, but that was before the UTEP game. But that just goes to number 2 nationally of all quarterbacks in the country. He's number 2 in passer efficiency when it's just traditional dropbacks, and he was second to last when it came to play action. That tells me that he's not confident with what's happening to the field when he's not looking at it. And he's yippy, and he's, if he's looking somewhere else, he is terrified of what's going on in front of him, what he's not looking at.
Yeah. And then that number is going to have changed after this weekend because just the regular drop back game looked bad too.
Right.
And not from a schematical point of view because there was open wide receivers and he just wasn't hitting them. And so, yeah. And now you're at a point where I thought there were several times in this game, going back and rewatching the offensive snaps, where there was an open wide receiver. He saw it and he just didn't pull the trigger because I think he thought he would miss the pass. And that is really scary.
That's when you get terrified because those passes are about 10, 15 yards down the field. They're not 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, I mean that the play he threw an interception, the ball should have been out within the first 2 or 3 seconds. And that's the other thing. There's no decisiveness. The ball isn't coming out quickly. It's kind of the exact opposite of Quinn, and I don't think it's Sarkisian just completely changing the way he does things. Has he been perfect as a play caller? No. You could have the most perfect, best play caller in the history of football that doesn't exist, this mythical unicorn at offensive coordinator calling the plays, and this offense would still be putrid to this point. The execution is awful. And maybe Sark needs to have a Brian Kelly line about, executing players or something, because
He's in favor of it. But yeah, well, here's the thing too, Jake, is let's look at this SEC schedule. And you got Florida, Oklahoma, at Kentucky, at Mississippi State, home against Vanderbilt. I think the meat of your schedule right now is Oklahoma through Georgia. And Kentucky could be a win. I think Florida could be a win. We've seen how weird they've looked. Oklahoma looking like maybe one of the better teams in the SEC. Georgia looking like one of the better teams in the SEC. Vanderbilt just curb stomped South Carolina. I mean, took them to the woodshed. Mississippi State not looking that bad. They're undefeated right now. Mississippi State on the road could easily be a loss, in my opinion. I mean, you're looking at a possibility if you don't show up against Florida. If you don't show up against Oklahoma, you drop a few. Texas could be looking at a 3-game losing skid in the middle of the season, which I don't think you and I were expecting at any point this year.
No, I mean, we did mention that it was possible when we had talked about the floor. We said, if Arch just doesn't turn out and it doesn't play like we expect him to, if the offensive line doesn't work, all of the things we said that would drag this team down to a floor, all those things are happening because all those doubts were on the offensive side of the ball. I just think we thought that some of them would show up, but enough of the good would outshine the bad. And instead, there's been very little good and pretty much all bad.
Yeah.
And here's the bottom line. Every game is losable when your offense can't move the football and can't score. Every game is losable. Because guess what you have to do to win a football game? You got to score more points than the other team.
That is the requirement.
And so when you're not very good at scoring points, every game is losable. I mean,
so what's the strategy moving forward? Is there one? I mean,
you're not going to like this. No one's going to like this. If you're Sark, you just keep throwing darts blind at a dartboard and pray to God something hits and something clicks with this offense. I mean, realistically, what I would love to say, be more heavy on the screen game, things like that. Some people said they thought the screen game has looked good this year. I think it's looked terrible, especially for Sarkisian offense.
Yeah.
I don't think Connor Stroh is athletic enough to provide you anything in the screen game. I think the left guard position just flat out needs to change. And I think that could at least help things. But I would be trying to get the screen game going. I want to say get the RPO game going, but Arch has not looked good in the RPOs. I feel like he's made wrong decisions on the RPOs more often than not, which again, did not expect that.
Yeah.
But you would like to say just quick passing game, but my problem is that's what they're trying to do. Arch is just holding on to the ball. There are open wide receivers in the quick game so often, and it's just not pulling the trigger. You can sit there and go, as a coach, we're going to get the quick passing game going early in the game. But what happens when your quarterback doesn't make those throws, or when he does, they're inaccurate? What do you do when you go, okay, then we're going to run the football stubbornly, which is what Sark tried to do in this game. He just tried to go, I'm going to force my offensive line to get in a rhythm and us be able to run the ball. And they don't give you any explosivity in the running game. What do you do as a play caller? The only answer is, if this keeps happening, you make a change at quarterback and hope that changes things.
Yeah.
And that's just not a position. I don't think Sark wants to do that. No. I think I think he knows Arch gives this team the best chance of winning a championship if Arch can actually play to his ceiling. and played just to like a basic level that everyone thought he could. And putting Matthew Caldwell in doesn't change. Everyone keeps saying KJ Lacey. He's your fourth string quarterback, guys. He's not coming in. And
No.
the only reason you are saying that as a fan is because he's the unknown. And you've read some practice reports that he's made good plays against the third string defense.
Yeah. He's fourth string. He's not coming in. It's going to be
He's a true
Trey
freshman.
Owens.
He's not going to play this year. It'd be Trey
It'll
Owens
be
before him.
right. It'll be Matthew Caldwell. If it's not Matthew Caldwell, it'll be Trey Owens. And Caldwell got the nod at the end of that game last Saturday anyway against UTEP. So
he got the nod against San Jose State as well.
Or San Jose State.
Both games.
Yeah,
San Jose State and then UTEP.
I thought you said Sam Houston. I heard the San and Sam. But anyway, hey, Jake, this week is a big week for us, and it doesn't require college football or NFL football. It doesn't require football at all. In fact, it's the Ryder Cup. It's Ryder Cup week, and this is a big week for us, and we are thrilled to talk about it. Jake, I didn't realize this. I learn something new every single day about our wonderful sponsors at Underdog. They've got entries and games you can play that involve Ryder Cups, higher, lowers on total point one on the Ryder Cup participants this year, which Jake and I are big fans of. But Jake, they've got League of Legends. They've got esports. They've got WNBA. They've got every sport you could possibly imagine is available at Underdog, and you can use promo code HORNS and play your first 50, and then you'll get play your first 5, you'll get 50 free bonus points as well. That's using promo code HORNS. Jake, who are you liking this week for the Ryder Cup? We're switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, first off, you will see a League of Legends bet on here or entry on here at some point. Whenever Worlds comes around, I'm going to throw one in here, just throw everyone a curveball and get a bunch of nerd comments in the comments. But I like very excited about the Ryder Cup. First of all, one of my favorite events. It's just fun to see golfers get in a completely different environment and different mentality. I threw Europe one bone in this, which is Tommy Fleetwood, who always plays well in the Ryder Cup. On top of that, he's been playing some of the best golf in the world going down the stretch. I have him going higher than 1.5 points won. I think Justin Thomas was also playing well down the end of the year. He also seems to always rise for these occasions. Right. I like him going higher than 1.5 points. Scotty Scheffler, the undisputed best golfer in the world right now. I'm going to take anything that has him in higher unless it's his scorecard, because that goes lower. And then Rory McIlroy, I have him going lower than 2.5 points won. I think Rory kind of shipped it in after that Masters. Now, he does get pumped up for this a lot of the times, but sometimes that it feels like he can be hit and miss. And I think USA is going to win this event and screw Europe. So, I have him going lower.
Completely unbiased here, but yeah, I'm riding the USA ship as well. I do have Tommy Fleetwood higher, earning at least a minimum of 2 points for Team Europe, but other than that, it is going to be all USA for me. I've got Scotty Scheffler also going higher than winning 2.5 points for Team USA. Lower on Rory McIlroy, under 2 or lower than 2.5 points. And then Jon Rahm. I thought that 2.5 point total was a little high as soon as I saw it. Not that I don't think he'll play well or won't play well. I just thought 2.5 was high. And so I'm gonna go lower for Jon Rahm. I could see him getting 2. If that number was at 1.5, I'd probably go higher on it. I could see him winning 2, but I think 3 is that's kind of crazy. So anyway, I'm gonna go Jon Rahm, day 1 of the Ryder Cup, to go lower than 2.5. And we are big Ryder Cup guys. Really excited about it. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. Jake, anything else we want to mention? Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and just throw this up real quickly. Let's go ahead, touch on this. AP poll came out over the weekend. Texas dropped a spot. Texas A&M in the top 10 after beating Notre Dame on the road. Notre Dame still in the rankings somehow, some way. They're 0-2 through 3 weeks of football. But sure, yeah, I guess they deserve a ranking. Oklahoma at number 11 right now. I would say that that's probably validated. Tennessee, I'm perfectly fine with them being ranked. They looked really good against Georgia, could have very well beaten Georgia. And Florida State being 1 spot ahead of Texas. Feels strange to me. I feel like Texas isn't even playing at a top 25 capability right now to me.
No, I
They're
mean
not
they aren't.
they will lose. They would lose if they went head to head right now with everybody else in the top 25. I think Texas would lose, maybe other than Auburn. Even Iowa State.
Yeah.
I give Texas a chance against Iowa State. They haven't looked great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not like just bought in on Auburn. I think Michigan, they would have a good chance against too. I don't think Michigan would score more than 7 to 10 points on this defense.
But would Texas score more than
Well,
7?
yeah, I mean that, but you're saying I don't think that would be a guaranteed loss for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
You know, Notre Dame, just because I don't think their offense is a good matchup against Texas. And I just don't think Notre Dame's that good this year. I picked them not to make the playoff, by the way. Pat on my back. I had them at 9-3. I think
Are
that
they
might have been
officially are they eliminated?
yes. They absolutely should be. And they're going to lose another game. They're not that good of a football team this year. Their defense is putrid. And their offense isn't like that good. They just beat up on a bad defense in Texas A&M. So yeah, you should never be 0-2 and ranked. The AP poll is a joke. I mean, Texas, I know that you're never going to drop them out of the rankings here. It's just never how a ranking system's going to work. But they should have at least dropped behind. They should be behind A&M. They should be behind OU. They should be behind a lot of teams right now.
Texas should at the very best be number 25 in the country at best.
Yeah, realistically, yes, but polls are never. But I think even with the way polls work, they should be out of the top 10.
Oh, I agree. I think you should be able to move teams as high up or as low down as you want to. After they perform that week, it is that week's rankings. That week's rankings, not an overall. It's not a prediction ranking. I think that's where people get really confused about rankings.
I think your overall body of work matters, but the Texas's overall body of work has not been good.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Through the first 4 weeks, what body of work do you have to go off of? Like, there's not a lot to go off of, and so yeah, sure, not like a week by week. Like if Georgia gets upset, they shouldn't just not be ranked. Like they can still be a really good team. But I'm just saying, like in terms of your body of work plus how you perform that week, Texas doesn't look like a top 25 team at all, and they shouldn't be ranked.
No, I mean they look like they have a bottom, like 120th ranked offense in the country and a top 5 defense.
Yeah,
that averages out to them not being a top 25 team.
Not even at all. So, all right, that's going to do it for today's episode. That's Jake Jimerson. I'm Tanner Carlson. As always, ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and hook 'em.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.